Hey guys, it's me. I am back with another 12 by 12 layout of our nephew. And this time I am lifting an idea that I saw from Victoria Calvin. I believe her YouTube name is Victoria Marie. I'm going to look that up while I'm talking here. I belong to her Facebook group, and she had posted a picture of a layout that she did the other day, and it was really cute, and it looked really simple and a way to use up a bunch of different patterns of paper. So I went ahead and lifted it. So here I'm using the Basic Gray. It's a paper pad that I got a long time ago, and I'm not really crazy about it. It's like a birthday themed paper pad, and I really have no idea why I bought it, other than perhaps I was just got a good deal on it or something. I really don't know. So yeah, yes, her scrapbook or her YouTube channel is Victoria Marie, and she has a closed group. Now I'm wondering, it looks like there's more than one channel named Victoria Marie. How's that possible? Interesting. Let me check that out. Victoria Marie. Well, anyway, so yeah. So all I did was just trim down my picture a little bit, and then I just cut a bunch of different pieces from the paper pad in the same width as the picture, and just layered them one on top of the other in a straight line up through the middle. And now I'm just going to embellish. Now, I liked her layout a lot better than the way mine turned out, and if I would have been sort of thinking, or I think the problem was I started to lose my mojo, which is part of the reason why I ended up using her idea, because I don't normally do that unless I'm really like desperate for to get back into scrapping. So I don't know if I had just scrapped too much this day or what, but I was sort of losing my creativity. So I'm just grabbing stuff that I think I can, shove in between these layers at different points to add a little bit of embellishment. And I made that little embellishment there on the left hand side. It's just sort of laying there, and I used some embroidery floss to just wrap it around. It's a punch I have. It's in the upper right hand corner of the screen right now. I don't know what it's called. It's one of those ones you squeeze it. It's a one-handed punch is what I'm trying to say. And I use it on boy layouts just because it's less girly than a scallop. It has like squarer edges. Anyway, so now I'm just sort of, I made a few little tabs, and I'm sort of hiding them here or there, and trying to find places to put little embellishment clusters. So, paper clip and some buttons and arrows, and I had just cut out a bunch of stuff using my Cricut, which I hardly ever use. I really do need to try to sell that, because I want to get a silhouette, but I just can't. I don't know. I haven't done it yet. I just have a really hard time spending a lot of money on something like that, not knowing for sure if I'll use it. And I hardly ever use my Cricut. The only reason I even used it is because I had it pulled out from its hiding place, because I planned on taking pictures of it to try to sell it. But I haven't done that yet. I'm kind of lazy when it comes to stuff like that. So I'm just using that same embroidery floss to put the top of this little tag that I had cut, or it's a sticker of a tag that I have cut in a couple different pieces to use in different places in the layers. On her layout, she used doilies as sort of like a backdrop to the different layers, and I wish I would have used something like that, but I just wasn't thinking. So everything sort of like runs together, and like I said, I'm not crazy about the way mine turned out, but it's done, so I'm just going to leave it go. Yeah, I'm looking at hers now, and hers is really cute. Mine, not so much. Oh, there's the tray of stuff that I cut out from my Cricut. With my Cricut, cut out a bunch of vellum hearts and stars and things that I knew I would use. My left hand, I'm holding a few larger scallops that I cut out that I'm going to use on some upcoming layouts, I'm sure. And when I adhere those, I'm just putting it on the very bottom of the heart and then using that, tucking that under so you can't see it then in between the papers. This picture is cute. I have no idea where they were or what that thing is, so I wasn't sure what to use as a title, so I ended up, I think, just using Playtime because that's what it looked like to me, but I don't know if it was like a big bubble type thing or what that was. I don't know. I don't really have a lot to say because all I'm doing is just sort of poking around and looking for stuff to shove in the layers here. This is like the most boring process video ever. And I even took the idea that she used on hers with a banner below the picture, but my banner ends up looking atrocious too. This was the last layout I did of the day, and it was a good thing because it just was, everything was going wrong. I mean, whenever you're using paper that you're not crazy about, and then your mojo's gone, and then you've been scrapbooking all day, so you're kind of tired, and you know, so this is what happens. This is the end product of all of those things wrapped into one, unfortunately. I probably shouldn't even post this because it's kind of like ugly and embarrassing, but you know, hey, we all probably, I would think, have those days. Oh my gosh, the more I look at it, the more I just want to rip it apart and re-scrap it all together. I better get it into an album soon so that I don't have to look at it anymore and be tempted to change it. I do need to buy some more glue dots because I'm almost out. I probably should just order some off Amazon. I'm getting a headache too. What's up with that? I haven't had any coffee today. Maybe my husband will bring me some. He's nice like that. He's on his way home, so. Yeah, I bought those little feather die cuts and haven't used any of them yet because it just, I don't know. I'm not good at knowing where to put a feather, I guess. Sorry, I'm sleepy. So here I'm going to go ahead and do my title and trying to figure out what I want to use, and I end up picking Playtime. But these letter stickers are kind of funky because they're like, a lot of them are like in an uppercase, and then some of them are like smaller but in like lowercase, bigger. It's just weird. I heard a truck coming. I thought maybe it was the UPS guy, but it's not. It's a big truck. Oh my gosh, this layout's taking forever. And it's not attractive. I mean, I've seen worse, don't get me wrong, but like, I've done worse. But it's just not my favorite at all. Not even close. At least the sun is shining today. That's nice. And it worked out just perfectly. And I didn't even try it beforehand. I just sort of eyeballed it and it worked out okay. So, yay for me. I just put a tiny little dot of glue there for my little dot on my eye because when I pulled it off the sheet, it came apart from the backing. So now I end up going in search of some more embellishments, I believe. Or no, this is when I am trying to make my banner, which goes terribly wrong. I punched out some stars out of the papers that I had used, and I was using my tiny attacher to attach them to that embroidery floss to make a banner. And I was trying to move them around a little bit to get them evenly spaced, but then they started falling off because, the only thing holding them on there is the tiny attacher, which, it's not perfect. And so, yeah. Instead of a banner, it's more like a string pulled tight across with stars on it. So I could have just, if I'd known all this ahead of time, the way that it ended up looking, I could have just put string across there and then, adhered stars across it, because it's definitely not a banner like I had intended it. See, this is where things were like falling off. I'm trying to reattach them. I'm getting frustrated and irritated, and it keeps like flipping around, and it's just, and then it was too long, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll take these extra ones off, forget that, let me just trim that, and then I'm like, okay, I'll drape it there, and then I was like, how am I going to adhere this? So, like I said, it ends up just going straight across, but whatever. I don't know what else to say. How many times can I say, ooh, this layout is not my favorite. I do like the idea, and I think I'm going to try it again, but just with different papers, different embellishments, just, with some more thought, I think, involved. This was sort of like, oh, I'll just do that, and I sort of threw it all together, and it was like, ugh, I don't know. Like I said, the sooner I get it put into an album, the better, because the more I look at it, the more I'm thinking I'm going to end up having to tear it apart. This is sort of torturous, having to look at it for this long to do the voiceover. I keep trying to look away because I don't like it. Oh, here comes the end. Oh, goody. Close up so you can admire how blah it is. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Don't feel like you have to give me a thumbs up on this one, because honestly, I don't like it either. Thanks. Bye.